Hello and welcome to the 30s Comedy Podcast with your hosts, Clint McKay.
Uncle Marcus.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, Clint.
How you doing? You get a haircut or something?
I got a haircut today.
Oh,
yes.
look at you.
Following up on a couple weeks ago when I got my first professional haircut in over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I cut it again. So I'm letting the top get long, maybe a little bit of style, and then I went short on the sides again. You see the short sides? And I'm liking how it looks. I'm getting some positive feedback and
What have people
comments.
been saying about it?
That they just noticed that there's something different about the shape of my head. Yeah, they're like...
They're like, wait, have you been a rhombus this whole time?
Yeah. They think
Could have sworn you were a trapezoid.
That is the biggest comment is like, your head looks different. Like, well, the hair's longer.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, it's kind of a different shape now. Because before it was no shape. It was just a round, shaved down skull. And now I've got some volume to the top part. And I've got this wavy shit in the front.
Waves. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with yet. I'm trying to fuck around with it.
Yeah. Maybe we should ask the audience what they think you should do.
Yeah, what should I do with my hair? I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm thinking of just like kind of blasting it out, you know. But you know, we'll see. It's gotta get longer first. It's still in that awkward phase where, you know, it's the in between. It's the in progress before the finished result.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what the finished result will be.
I am too, because, yeah, I haven't seen you have long hair at all.
I'm a whole new man. Oh, before we get too far into this, I just want to bring up something that we talked about on the last podcast. The whole insulated drink holder incident. So if you follow me on Instagram or even on the YouTubes, whatever, however you watch this, you know that I clipped our conversation about the insulated beverage holders that I was calling a cozy, and then you were calling a cozy. And I put it out into the world to see like who's right and who's wrong, or if we're both wrong, what is it actually called? So I got a lot of responses. And turns out it's called a koozie.
Koozie.
Like Uzi?
Uzi. Like Uzi. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Koozie.
Koozie, yeah. And I didn't know how it was spelled, and it's spelled like, you know, koozie, K-O-O-Z-I-E. And if I had seen it that way, I probably would, oh, that's a koozie. But I didn't know how it was spelled.
Yeah.
But yeah, the response was very much like, are you guys stupid? It's a koozie, not a kazi.
Because I thought cozy, in my head, it was like to comfort the drink, but
Right.
like cozy
It makes
is to like
sense.
keep
Yeah.
it warm.
Well, it makes sense. What you
And
said made sense. Like, you want your drink to be...
Yeah, but it's also like that's a brand name. That's a copyrighted name.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So now I know that. And we looked it up because we were like, okay, if the brand is a koozie, what is the name of the product? Like Q-tip is to cotton swab, Kleenex is to facial tissue, or what was the other? You had like the ice box one?
Yeah, well, it's like, so like a cooler could be
An ice chest. Or,
an ice chest could
Yeah.
be it, because they're all water, like liquid insulators.
right. And we learned that the actual sleeve that holds your drink, depending on if you want it hot or cold, is called an insulated beverage holder or insulated beverage sleeve.
Yeah, because that's to keep it either hot or cold.
Yeah. So
That's the goal.
we can put that argument to rest. We're both wrong. Okay. It is what
I'm cool
it
with
is.
that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. It's a fucking drink holder. Who cares? But I'm still going to call it a kazi because, you know, they've been doing that for the last 30 years. Why change now?
Yeah. At the end of last week, we talked about how fun it would be to be X-Men with superpowers, but they never make it look fun.
Right.
You want to keep talking about that?
Like how the movies here make it look fun?
Well, because, because the news now is that Hugh Jackman's back for Deadpool 3. So Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Feige pulled him back for that. I swear to God, if it's not like the most fun movie in the world, what are we doing?
They have a fun rapport
Yeah.
outside of the movies where they're kind of like fucking with each other. And even, I think in Deadpool 1 or 2, he had like a Hugh Jackman mask on.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like, surprise. Like, oh, he's not actually in the movie. So I think if that's the road they want to take with Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine, I'm okay with that. But if they bring back him as like the bummy Logan character who's just beaten down, and even like Logan in the older movies is not like a fun character, and even in the comics too, he's like a short little angry hairy dude who just wants to like. So it'll be interesting to see how they bring him back. And I'm not really into the superhero stuff anymore. I'm still gonna watch it. But it'll be, hopefully they go that route of just like a funny buddy.
Yeah, well, that's
thing.
the rumor is that before, when they were planning it with Fox, they wanted to do a Deadpool Wolverine road movie,
Yeah,
which
That'd be
road
kinda
movies
cool.
are great.
yeah. Those two have good
So-
chemistry too. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's the route, and they don't do, because I have here's my theory about this new Wolverine being brought into this movie and how they're going to introduce mutants into the MCU. I think that Deadpool's very like break the fourth wall, and because he can kind of go wherever he wants and throw him in other shit. He's gonna start out in the Foxverse. That's how the movie's gonna start, in the Foxverse.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like older, because Hugh Jackman is older now. It's gonna be like an older Wolverine, and they're gonna do some. I feel like it's gonna be like a very small role. It won't be as big as we think it is, and it'll be like the first 20, 30 minutes of the movie. He'll be with him doing something in this world, and then there'll be some kind of like time variant bullshit because they're bringing all that in with Kang and all that.
Yeah.
And then something's gonna happen, and then Deadpool's gonna get pulled into the MCU that way, and that way it's like, okay, well, we see like the connection to the Foxverse, and we're gonna say, hey, we're not gonna be here anymore. We're not gonna be into the MCU, and I don't know, like maybe that'll turn into like that's why he's here now, and it'll do one of those things where he looks at the camera and it's like, well, I guess I'm here with the Feigeverse now, something like that.
Yeah.
And then there'll be the rest of the movie, and he finds whoever he's gonna find. I don't know. I think that's what it's gonna be, or it'll be a whole movie of them too, and at the very end that'll happen. It'll be like kind of like a farewell to the Foxverse and welcome to the MCU.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That it'll start with Fox, and I think they will go to different multiverses. I think they'll do probably all the Disney Fox owned stuff. Like they'll go jump through other universes too.
Because like in Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
Professor X showed up.
Yeah.
So we've already established that we're gonna be going in between the Foxverse and the MCU verse. Which is such a headache, because even if they decide to go into the MCU now and they recast all these X-Men, it's like you could like, in 10 years it'll be like, we'll have like a cameo of James Marsden showing up as Cyclops, and you're just like, it's in the Foxverse.
Look at him.
Yeah, but for some reason a time thing happened and he pops up and I'm like, I'm your version from 2000. I'm the Snyder version of you, and that's not Snyder. What the fuck's his name? The director?
Singer.
Not Snyder.
Singer.
Yeah, Bryan Singer. I'm the Singer version of you. So I have a feeling that's what it's going to be. I'm not excited about the movie, but I'm not like pissing on it yet.
Yeah, because Doctor Strange 2 kind of let me down, because I thought there'd be more multiverse fun.
Yeah, because
that's the whole fun of that, is that you have all these other worlds, so you get to see all the other worlds. And they did it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And they had him play like 2 different other Doctor Stranges, but like
the coolest part about that movie is when the girl like punched him through the first time.
Yeah.
And they're going through like 20 different worlds all at once, and like one was like animated, one was
that's the stuff I want to see.
Cool.
I want to see them in each of those universes.
Yeah. They did that in the first Doctor Strange movie. They touched on like the weirdness when he the Ancient One is her name. And she like opens his third eye and just pushes him out of his body, and then all this shit starts happening, and he's got like hands growing out of his hands, and like there's all these fucking weird colors and stuff, and then they never go back to it again. It's like that was the coolest part of that movie.
Yeah, that was the coolest part.
Yeah.
It was the coolest part of this one
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and they did it again. It's the same kind of like wow scene, and it's like, let's see more of that.
Yeah, you can't do that the whole time?
Yeah.
Don't got the stamina?
I feel like that'd be maybe it's too weird for like a normal audience.
Maybe. The Loki show did it.
Did they? I didn't finish
Loki show
the
did
Loki
it,
show.
and then that's when they had the Spider-Man movie, where they had the 3 Spider-Men in it. Because Loki does it first. Loki, you have all these different Lokis where there's a girl Loki, and girl Loki is kind of not the antagonist, but like,
Oh, that's right. That was okay. I forgot
yeah.
about that.
So Girl Loki, she's the one who like smashes the stream,
Uh-huh.
the timeline or whatever. It becomes the multiverse from her.
Oh. Yeah, the Loki show, maybe I did see that part. I gotta watch it again.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I remember not. I liked it the first episode or so, and then I don't know, for whatever reason I just was like, I don't know if I like this, and then I didn't finish. I don't think I saw the last 2 or 3. I saw up to the part where there was like a wall of faces,
Oh,
and I got confused.
it's a confusing, yeah.
Yeah, I just
But
didn't
think
really
it's
know what was going on.
more important than all the other ones.
And they got rid of Owen Wilson.
Well, he's back.
He comes back. I know
It's
that,
like
but
a-
like he was.
Different version.
Yeah, he was. I liked him
I don't know who you are.
because he was very much
What?
Owen Wilson. He
Yeah.
wasn't, which he always plays Owen Wilson, so that's fine. Do what you're good at. But it's like Owen Wilson's in a Marvel movie. Like I'm
Yeah.
down for this. Yeah. And then that
Oh,
fucking. Oh, go on.
No, he's just he is the same in every movie.
Yeah. No, we'll lean
Good
into
for
what you're
him.
good with. You know.
Good for him.
Yeah. It's that same Wedding Crashers persona.
Yeah.
And then there's the She-Hulk show.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and then She-Hulk is all I can think about now, and it's like it goes back to the whole you have superpowers. Why are you complaining about
Yeah.
simple stuff?
I don't want to be strong and powerful and the green thing. Okay, whatever. But like, come on, lady. Like, you're a Hulk.
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah, you can still do. She even does her job as a Hulk. She's still an attorney. She's like, I want to be an attorney. That's what I want to do. Great.
Yeah.
You can still do that.
Yeah, she could have been like her cousin and just be a loose cannon, crazy tall chick.
You'd be very Hulk smash, but you're still in control of yourself. While you're a
Yeah,
Hulk.
that'd be great.
Still do whatever you want. You still
Yeah.
wears her glasses when she's a Hulk. It's
Yeah,
like, all right.
she knows how to wear a suit.
Yeah, she goes on dates as a Hulk.
Yeah, she's
Like,
got this.
It's not that bad, Jen.
There's nothing wrong.
Jen
They just don't
Walters.
like the Jen. She's such a good actress that it makes me not like Jen.
Yeah.
Makes me think, are you not attractive then?
You're doing a good job of being
What?
a dowdy, annoying lady.
Yeah.
Just,
It's
you know,
really turning me off, so it's working.
yeah,
Whatever you're doing.
yeah. You know what? I watched the latest episode of that show, and they're still doing that archetype of like the woman at the wedding who's like, "It's my day, everything about me," like that we've seen for like 40 years.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like. You kind of put on like your bridesmaids, all the work. I don't know. It just seems very the humor and the scenario seem very dated to me.
Yeah, it feels like a female writer who had all these ideas 20 years ago.
Right.
And she now has a
finally gets
chance to do it.
And it's like, I'm glad you found work, but you got to
Yeah.
update your stories.
Yeah,
'Cause
okay.
we've seen it before.
Yeah,
We've
we get
seen
the
it.
whole Tinder dating thing.
Yeah.
How
the
about we
dating
get
thing.
into the nit and gritty of Twitter where it's like, okay, but you're dating this person, you're sleeping with that person. That person's also dating with the person that you're sleeping with. So there's like this three-way, but you're not all cool with doing a threesome. So there's this weird ish. And then you have this other one where she's married, but you can't go on an app and say you're married. So she doesn't say she's married on the app. And then you find out later that, oh, she is married, but she didn't say that right away. Like, get into that. Like, none of this,
Yeah.
like, 2000s rom-com stuff.
Right. That sounded like a very personal scenario.
That might have been a real thing. Because
Yeah.
I was watching No Strings Attached yesterday.
What is that one?
That's the one of the two same movies where it's the Friends with Benefits kind of movie.
Oh, okay. Like,
But they couldn't take that title because that title was the Justin Timberlake, Mila Kunis one.
Yeah. Didn't
So
they do
this
another one with Natalie
Yeah, so this
Portman
one,
and
so
some-
No Strings Attached is Natalie Portman with Ashton Kutcher.
And they came out like the same time,
And it's
right?
the same year, yeah.
Okay,
Same
okay,
time,
okay.
same year, same premise.
Got it.
But like the dialogue is so bad. 'Cause it's
awful.
like Ashton Kutcher, of course, he's like a PA in Hollywood. Because they make
They're in the industry.
yeah, so it's an
Oh,
industry
God.
thing. Which is already like, oh, they can't like they're going for like cheap because someone lives at that house, you know.
Right. Well, it's got to be LA or New York in
Yeah.
those movies. It can't be
So
like
Kevin-
Wisconsin
yeah.
or anything.
Yeah, so Kevin Bacon plays like his dad, and his dad is like a former like 90s sitcom star.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like this cool guy with all this money. So the first thing he says when like Ashton's in there, he gets like a drink. He's like, "So have you been having sex?" It's like, what?
What year did this movie come out? Like
2011.
Okay, so how old are they? Are they in their 30s in that movie? Like late 20s?
I think they're late
30s.
20s, maybe 30s. It's
so
hard to
that
tell
age,
when you got two very attractive actors.
Yeah, who've been around for a while.
Yeah,
you
because I
know?
think the plot would have been more interesting if they are hooking up and they're not attractive.
Yeah, but nobody
'Cause-
wants to see that.
yeah, no
They
one
don't want to
see
see uggos fuck. They want to see hotties fuck.
But that's because there's like a moment where he drunkenly like calls every woman trying to sleep with everybody, which I don't think this would fly now. Just
No.
being like, hey, can we hook up? Can we hook up?
Get canceled for that.
That'd be done.
Yeah.
So he wakes up with the towel over his crotch and her face.
Natalie
Mindy
Portman?
Kaling
Oh.
is so everyone is famous in the movie too.
Uh-huh.
There's not like a who's that person kind of role.
Oh, it's like,
like-
who's going to
yeah.
come in next?
Yeah, Mindy Kaling. Oh, Greta Gerwig.
It's very much that sitcom trope where you get a guest star and they come in the door and like, hello, everyone. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And they just sit there and wait for the audience to stop cheering. And then
Yeah.
they say their line. Okay. go
Yeah,
ahead.
because you can tell with the camera too. They're like, "Oh, look, it's Mindy,"
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, sex was so good last night."
Yeah.
Did we? And it's because Ashton like he's hungover,
Right.
but like, you wouldn't look that good hungover.
No.
Anyways,
No,
so
you
he's
shit on
so
one
each
hungover.
each roommate. So she says, "Oh no, we didn't really have sex." Ha ha ha. Then Greta Gerwig comes in. She's like, "Ha, we didn't have sex either." Ha ha ha. Why are we all joking like that too? Like, oh yeah, I fucked you too. That's weird.
Yeah.
This is getting kind of like nowadays we'd be like, oh, this is kind of
a little bit
rapey-ish.
yeah.
Like, kinda, did anyone say yes to this? I don't think
Yeah.
anyone did. But then Natalie Portman comes in, and they're all doctors, so they also do the joke like, we see penises all the time.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
God.
So she like brings him into her room and is like, I got your pants in my room. And they're sitting there and they have that awkward like, are we gonna kiss right now? Of course they do it. And then it just leads to and her job as a
These
doctor
shenanigans.
does make sense for her to have like a friend with benefits, but his job doesn't because he's
Just a
pretty
PA.
free. Yeah.
Yeah. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. I don't think I've seen that movie or the Timberlake one. Those older rom-coms. Older. That's only like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But those and even the 2000s rom-coms, it's like, it's so dated. You see them in like the dialogue and the shenanigans that they get into.
Yeah.
It's, you're like, it's dated, and you like through today's eyes, you watch it and you're like, this is dumb. You know,
Yeah,
like you
this wouldn't happen.
right. And then, but back then, like you didn't like. I had fun with them. You know, like oh, I don't know if it's because I was younger, but also just because the way movies and stuff are now, where it's like
Yeah.
we don't need to see this shit. Like it sucks. But
Yeah. And I liked that movie as a kid.
yeah, exactly. You
It's
saw it
probably
when
'cause
you're
I was
younger.
in
and you're
college,
like,
so it was like, oh,
yeah,
this is
like,
fun.
oh yeah. And then you get older and realize that's not happening.
Yeah,
This is not the way things go down.
Yeah, like he goes to her hospital where she works the day after they hook up and brings a balloon. Like, that's
One
the
balloon?
creepiest. Yeah, a congrats balloon.
For having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's the
that
creepiest
is
thing
very.
I've ever
That
seen.
is very creepy.
Someone you just hook up with and they're at your
You
job.
just show up at their work and give them a balloon after you just fucked them drunkenly.
Ugh,
Congrats.
that's terrible.
You got my drunk dick last night.
Yeah, congrats. What are you doing here? I don't know you.
I'm at work.
Security.
A lot of those like show up at work tropes they've used to do in movies and TV. It's like, what are you like? If that happened
Yeah.
today, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm at work.
You
And
would get
it's not
romantic at all.
romantic. It's
Yeah.
not sweet. You know,
Yeah.
you're like running around. Whatever your job is, like you're doing something and someone comes in to interrupt you to give you a balloon or a flower.
It's like,
Like, get the fuck out of
who
here.
are you again?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
didn't you leave my place at 3 a.m.? That was the
Yeah,
end of it.
that was
you know,
it.
like, that's it. It stays there.
Ugh.
And the She-Hulk show is very much that like old.
It's like that. It feels just like that
humor.
movie. Yeah.
Like catty girls fighting with
Hmm.
each other, or like dating sucks. Like we know dating sucks.
Yeah. On another date. Ah,
Yeah.
he sucks.
Yeah.
Another date. What if?
And
if
like
he
your
doesn't
friend group,
suck, though?
because she's supposed to be in her 30s, I think, right?
so, yeah.
Like mid 30s. I don't know how old the actress is. But it's like the friends that are around you are like, you'll find somebody. It's like, what are we doing? This is
Yeah.
2022. I forgot what year it was.
Yeah.
This is 2022. If we're still doing the whole like, there'll be somebody out there for you.
Yeah, you'll find. We gotta stop
Fuck
that.
off. That's so
we gotta
dumb.
tell people, hey, look,
it's just very
Might not
antiquated
happen.
way
Yeah.
of thinking. Yeah,
It's just
it
not.
may
It's
not
not
happen.
the right way to think.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a fucking green attorney.
Yeah.
What
I
else
don't-
does she need? Like,
a big blue attorney?
yeah,
What is that? Is that the perfect match? What's her perfect
an
match?
Avatar shows up.
Avatar, yeah, an Avatar
Oh,
swoops
that'll
in.
mix Fox and Disney. Put an Avatar in, because Avatar is Fox, right? Put an Avatar into She-Hulk, and you have some blue and green sex
There
going
it
on.
is.
That's your way in. Disney, Fox executives, they give you the perfect merger.
There you go. And
To
you can have
merge
a
your
little
giant
little
brands.
purple whatever kid.
I don't know my color wheel, so I'm guessing those two make purple, blue and green. Okay.
Blue and green.
Okay. I did want to talk about the weather right now because we're in California, Southern California, and we were just in a really shitty heat wave. And then it was gone for like 2 weeks,
Which is nice.
a week, maybe more than that. And now we're going back into one.
Ugh.
And it's unusual because this will be out back October 1st, but it's first day of spooky season, as the kids say, and it's hot outside. Like it's not. It's very much fall weather in the rest of the country, except for Florida. They're in a hurricane. Sorry.
Ooh.
But here, it's still our summers go all the way through to like November, in Southern California. I see all these things on like on Instagram and stuff, where they're like, "Oh, summer's over, like no more beach season." Like, bitch, it stays 90 degrees until like November 15th. You
Yeah.
got another month and a half, 2
Yeah,
months.
you're drinking pumpkin spice iced
Yeah.
with
Iced, yeah.
and like a sports drink with electrolytes. Like you can't
Inside
you
of
can't
a
afford.
Kazi.
Yeah, inside a Kazi.
Koozie, but
Koozie.
it's like, yeah, you don't
a
have
Kazi.
to. Exactly. Yes, I'm gonna keep calling them Kazis. What was I saying? Yeah, it's like we're still gonna be in summer weather. Like I could have gone to the beach today. This is perfect beach weather today.
Yeah.
And it's
That would've been cool.
it is weird to see, like the media, like, oh, it's fall now, and like you go to Target and they've got the Halloween decorations out and all the brown leaf stuff, and it's like it's still hot outside.
They really try it, and they'll have like the warm jackets up or the really warm Halloween costumes.
Yes, Teddy Fresh. Teddy Fresh released like a bunch of fleece jackets right now. And I was like, the caption was like, "Go into fall season." And it's like, and they're LA-based company.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, no one's gonna be buying fall jackets or fleece jackets, and there were some hoodies there too, like standard plaid standard plain hoodies. And it's like, I'm not buying those.
Yeah.
And like, I jerk Teddy Fresh off all the time. I'm not buying those jackets and hoodies.
Sorry,
No way. I'm not gonna be able to wear them until January, February, whenever it gets
Yeah.
our cold
And if you
season
do wear
starts.
them, you're gonna wear them inside with your AC blasting,
Yeah,
not seeing anybody.
right.
That's it.
It's dumb.
At least advertise that way, Teddy Fresh.
Yeah,
Wear our fleece hoodies
yeah,
inside.
yeah. Stupid. Like going into Halloween. Like Halloween is still hot. I didn't go this year, but I usually go to Horror Nights. And the day I was gonna go with the group I usually go with, we were in San Diego instead, seeing Tom Segura. But yeah, Halloween's usually pretty warm on
Yeah.
Halloween.
For us, yeah.
Yeah, and you like bringing the costumes in, the full body costumes. You see like those pictures online of people that are like sweating their paint off or whatever, and it's like, do you dress up on Halloween? I feel like we talked about
Usually,
this.
I usually
before.
dress up in a way that isn't too crazy.
Yeah.
Like someone who wears a suit, someone who wears
Oh.
like real clothes.
Do you do the whole gym thing where it's like
Maybe.
oh,
Well,
got
a
three
little bit more
holes?
than gym.
Okay.
But even if you did the gym thing, like people would go, "Oh, that's the gym
Mm-hmm.
from the office thing," and then that works.
Counts as a costume.
Yeah.
At least you put some effort into it. I don't like to
Yeah.
dress up for Halloween.
Would you this year?
I do. If I had like a fun party to go to, and I'm like not like a 20, like when you're in your early mid, even late 20s, and it's just like you're having a rager at somebody's house and just a bunch of booze and shit. No, but if there was like a cool, like a nice party where it was catered,
Mm-hmm.
and like maybe there was a bartender, and there was something going on that made it like more than just a regular party, I might dress up. But that's not really my thing.
Where are those parties at?
I don't know if you know any please contact us.
Yeah.
I'd love to go. I'm sure you'd love to go too.
Let's do it. We'll cover it
Yeah.
for the pod.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Out on the streets. 30s in the streets. Like we've all been to those like big parties before where it's like catered events and like bartenders and it's like, oh, people are dressed up, not in costumes, but like you have to look kind of nice to go.
Yeah.
And those are always fun. The rager parties for me are not fun. And I can't imagine being at one in a Halloween costume. I feel like an asshole.
Yeah. And that's the night cops are going around
Yeah.
and looking for people.
Yeah, that's the night where you can actually like they're looking for you to get in trouble. The other nights, you could be unlucky if you make those choices. They're actually looking for you on Halloween. So
They're finding you.
I don't know if I want to do that. And also the parties that don't happen on Halloween, say it's a Halloween party, but they're doing it like on the 20th or whatever, just because it works out better for schedules. I appreciate those a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we don't have to do it on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to do it on the day.
What I do want to try to do is Sober October.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to make some stakes so that I could actually stick to it.
Yeah.
What do you think I should do? What do you think should be the risk of not doing it?
Of not doing it? Or like what?
Of breaking it.
Like a prize,
Yeah,
I mean.
prize. What should be my prize?
I did it one year and the prize was just whoever because I ended up losing. I didn't do it the whole month. It's very difficult. It's like there's sometimes there's like stipulations where like, hey, like on a Friday you can have a glass of wine or something. Like there's those things, but that's not true Sober October. True Sober October is fucking hard, and I believe the prize or how it worked out at the end. It's on the honor system obviously because you can't watch each other all the time.
Yeah,
but it was if you whoever does not get the farthest, like you just take us out to dinner, and then it kept going because it was going to be more than two of us, but it ended up just being two of us. But it was like if you're second place, like you buy a round of drinks for all of us or whatever.
Yeah,
and if you're third, then you buy the whole dinner, which was all agreed upon. Like it was like at a nice dinner too. We're not going to fucking Yard House or whatever.
BJ's.
Like BJ's. Not going to BJ's.
Sorry,
Skylar. But yeah, it was like a nice steakhouse dinner, and I lost. But I think if you put those terms, you can do cash too. Like, well, that wouldn't work because if you both win, or if it's just you and you're just doing a challenge to yourself, maybe you can buy something that you've wanted to buy but couldn't really reason a reason to do it.
Okay.
Like, hey, I've always wanted to buy this pair of Jordans, like the nice like $500 Jordans, but it's that's kind of a lot of money. But if I do Sober October as an accomplishment, as a reward for my accomplishment, I'm gonna buy those Jordans.
Okay.
But I think that's probably your safest bet, unless you do it with somebody else. It's not gonna be me because I can't do it.
You can't do it. You don't even try.
No, I can do cut back October.
Cut back. Oh, cut back.
It'd have to be like
how much is cut back October?
Maybe like one day a week.
Yeah.
Which is very doable for like I do that not every week, but I'm able to do that. Alcohol's my vice. I love to drink.
I know.
And
Me too.
I like the culture around it. Chill casual drinking, not like ragers like I just said, but I don't know. And I just like alcohol. It's fun to go to a bar or go to a lounge or something and just have a drink with your friends. So I could do cut back October.
Cut back.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
CBO, but I can't I can't do. It'd have to be like really intense stakes for me.
Yeah.
If it was just myself, it'd be like I'm going to fucking Bora Bora. If I do
might have to give myself stakes like that.
Yeah, because otherwise, if I worked 50 hours this week, I'm having a glass of whiskey at the end of that week.
Yeah.
Just to like mellow out. So, it'd have to be. I don't know what it'd be. It'd have to be like a good reward. And if it was a challenge, like you and me doing it, or whoever else wanted to get involved, like it'd be Bora Bora. That's, not everybody can do that, but it'd have to be like you're taking me to we're going to the Hobbit.
Yeah.
You know what the Hobbit is?
The Hobbit
in Orange County. The Hobbit is it's this dinner. It's like a dining experience, I guess, in Orange County. It's I'll tell you what it is afterwards, but it's like a whole 6-course meal, and like they bring you in for like an hors d'oeuvres hour.
Yeah.
You give you like champagne and stuff, and then they take you like to the wine cellar there. And then you do like this big meal, and then there's like a dessert. There's like a whole thing. It's like a 5-hour, 6-hour experience, but it's expensive. So it'd have to be something like that.
It would have
Like,
to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you're paying for the Hobbit.
I'm going
if
for
I
the
do this,
Hobbit.
bitch.
Yeah.
If we both make it, you're still paying for it. It's like, because I did Sober October, and we know that like I can't do Sober October.
It's hard. It is hard with 2 jobs too.
Yeah, it's just
When you're
hard like
working
being
so
an
much.
adult doing Sober
Yeah.
October. It's like I'm allowed to give myself a drink if I want to drink, and shouldn't, even though this is a challenge, so you're challenging yourself to do that. But I don't know. What makes you want to do Sober October?
Well, I also haven't done that. I haven't gone a whole month without drinking.
Yeah.
Probably since I turned. Well, it depends when like you're sick too.
Yeah.
But I mean, here and there, if like you're too sick to drink, it's like okay, that lasted for a while, but
Right. But then as
But a
soon
whole
as you're
month.
well, you're like,
you're like
I'm
down
getting
it.
a drink.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's how I feel when I get sick. I don't drink when I'm sick. Because you shouldn't, but also like you just want to sleep. But it's like as soon as I'm better, it's like I'm getting fucking drunk tonight. And yeah, it's just I don't know. It's weird because it's not like a judgment behind it, but it's like you're challenging yourself to do it. And it's like, I don't know if I want to do that challenge. I don't need that question answered.
Yeah. And I know October is probably a harder month because there's Oktoberfest.
Oh yeah. And like
You were to
the
go to
holiday
that.
parties
And the
are
holidays,
happening. This October, November, December, I feel like there's always a lot of events. Not even just parties, but like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on in the last half of the year.
Yeah.
Or the last 3 months of the year where it's just like there's gonna be situations where you're around alcohol, and I don't know, to not do that, especially when everyone else is drinking too. That's when it's hard.
It's gonna be really hard.
When it's hard when you go out or you're at a party or an event and like everybody's drinking. They're not drunk and stupid, but they're all having a drink, and it's like, I can't. I'm doing Sober October. I guess you don't have to explain yourself. You can just be like, I'm not drinking tonight. But you don't want to be that guy or gal.
I never wanted to be, but maybe there's a time.
Maybe. Well, you have 2 days to figure it out.
Yeah.
You want to do it? I think you can.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
All right.
I'm declaring it here on the podcast that I'm doing Sober October.
Okay. He's doing it alone.
You can join me if you want to.
So what is your
way.
prize going to be?
Now I'm figuring it out.
The
You're
Jordans?
helping me out. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe Jordans. Maybe a trip.
Yeah.
Solo trip. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe a trip.
What's someplace you wanted to go to?
I don't know. Like, can't be like way too far, right? Probably
Do
not.
whatever you want. It's your prize. I mean,
I
if
don't
it's
know.
affordable to you, like who
Yeah.
cares? You're calling the shots. So
We'll see.
Okay.
I'll set it up.
all right. Well, I have faith in you.
Down.
Good
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, it sounds really hard.
Yeah. All right. You can do it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to. I want to just briefly talk about this, but House of the Dragon.
Ooh.
Are you watching House of the Dragon?
I watch it. Yeah.
Okay, you're caught up to date fully.
Yeah. People that I talk to seem to not be watching it as much,
Yeah.
which makes me a little upset because it's some good drama, but I feel like it's going kind of fast. They're burning through the stuff that's in the book, right? Like they're burning through that pretty quick.
I have no idea. I don't know.
I've heard.
I don't know what's in. I heard the book's not even like a novel. It's kind of like like essays.
Kind of. Oh,
Right.
maybe.
It's not like a narrative. It's I could be wrong. I don't know. I've heard it's almost like either essays or just like it's broken narratives put together, or almost like there's like that one Harry Potter book where it's like an encyclopedia almost, but it's like still a novel, like a story.
Like the Silmarillion and for Lord of the Rings?
I don't know. Maybe is
Maybe.
that what they do in that?
Yeah.
I think that's what Fire and Blood. I think that's what the novel is. I don't know. So I guess the show can kind of do what it wants. I guess
Yeah.
just take whatever it wants from that. Yeah, I'm watching it. I don't know, whatever. I'm kind of hate watching it.
You hate
to be
watching
honest.
it?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I'm not really still sour from. Okay, I'm one of the unique ones about Game of Thrones, where everyone was like complaining and sad about the last season, and they're like, "Oh, a huge dip in quality at the last season." I'm one of the controversial ones. It was like, I think after season 4, like mid-season 4 is when it started to like dip a little bit, where I was like, oh, I don't know. Like it kind of, because that's when it was like at the height of its popularity. So it kind of had to get dumbed down a little bit, like a little bit each time to make it more broadly appealing to people.
Yeah, and they did a lot of time wasters.
They did a lot of time wasters. I think I remember the scene that made me go like, oh no, was there was a chase. It was when Brienne of Tarth and Podrick, they're looking for Sansa, and I'm pretty sure this is the scene and how it works out. They find her with Littlefinger in that little cabin, whatever, where the fucking the bread kid works. And they end up like going on a horse chase. And it was like, they were on the horses and it was very much like dun 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 dun. And they were chasing them through the woods. And I was like, oh no, why is there a horse chase like why are you watching a chase scene in Game of Thrones? Like, that's not they don't do those in the novels. They haven't done that before this. Like, we're throwing, this is very much TV stuff we're putting into the show now. And I was like, oh no. But I wasn't like, oh, fuck the show. Because I still liked it and watched it. But it was like, then when I noticed like things started to kind of like dumb down a little bit. And I was like, well, I'm still going to watch it. You know, I'm not going to. So when it got to the last season, I was like, I'm not that surprised that it's come to this.
Yeah, I wasn't too surprised either. I just thought like Daenerys had like 2 seconds on the throne. That was kind of weird. Kind of would have liked to see her be on there longer, but
yeah. Well, they should have done her. She does a heel turn, so they should have just done that earlier. Like show signs of that a little bit earlier, where she's just like, oh, maybe she's kind of crazy. You know, she's not like we all want to root for her, but like throw some pepper stuff in there. Like, yeah, maybe she's not the best person, but then it's like one episode it happens, and you're like, oh, okay, well. Yeah, I'm not mad that she's crazy, but I am mad that it happened, you know, in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You should have done it more over time.
Yeah, because it is kind of a cool twist that she ends up, you think she's going to be like this, unite all the kingdoms or whatever, and like she's like really powerful, and she's a woman, and she's got dragons, and then they just like throw her down some stairs. Like, it's like, fuck, man, you just pissed all that away for, I guess, to finish a show, which I don't know the semantics behind the scenes and the production of that show. So who knows what was going on? And they were like, come on, you know, or because the last season was a short season, right? Yeah. It was like 6 or 7 episodes, maybe 8.
It was short.
So I don't know, like, who knows what happened just behind the scenes other than the people that were there. So it's hard to kind of like talk about it too much.
Yeah.
In a negative
and watching
way.
House of Dragons makes me want to rewatch Game of Thrones a bit.
Yeah.
To go back and be like, did it really like die down? Because I kind of remember it.
Watch it again.
It'd be nice to watch again.
A couple of years ago, I was talking to a friend of mine who I've had that opinion, and they were like, nah. And then they rewatched the show a few years ago, and actually, I remember them texting me like, you were right. Like, it does start to kind of go downhill in season 4, and I was like, fucking thank you for confirming. You know, that I didn't think that I was crazy.
Yeah.
But I was like the only one that had that opinion amongst, you know, people that I know. I'm sure people out there had the same opinion, but it was like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, let's stop feeding off like our own collective excitedness for the show, and just really see it for what it is, you know. And I was right. Oh. So back to Fire and Blood. Yeah, I'm just kind of very like low stakes in it, and like, yeah, I'll show up to see the dragons. I like seeing the dragons on screen. Yeah, that's always cool. It'd be cool to ride a dragon. Especially those fucking big ones that they write on the show. Yeah, the writing's kind of whack. It's very amateur is not the right word because I'm not a writer. I don't claim to be a writer, but it just seems kind of I don't know. It's kind of made for everybody, which I get it. You know, that's how you sell a show. But hey, I still turn up every week to watch it.
Yeah,
you know?
And I don't know. I kind of miss the Made for Everybody show.
You do miss that.
I miss everyone watching the same thing.
Okay.
Because we're all kind of united, even though it was maybe not.
It is cool. It is cool that we all know it. Like everyone, I remember going into work and it was like everybody watched it on Sundays.
Yeah,
they all had an
work
opinion,
and they don't. And I'm like, I'm alone again.
Yeah.
A lot of my on the podcast.
A lot of my friends and coworkers watch it. They're having fun with it, which is good for them. Have fun with it. Yeah, I get it. It is kind of. It's not Game of Thrones. You know, Game of Thrones is its own thing, and like, even my dad watched it and he was like, "I don't like this show," and he was like, really liked Game of Thrones.
Oh,
so he didn't really say why he didn't like it, but he saw the first one and was like, "I'm not watching the rest." All right. So I don't really know what's different about.
Yeah,
It's still
pretty close.
like that world politics and
yeah,
people.
same
I mean,
place.
there's less sex.
Yeah, is
I
that what they're
noticed.
upset by?
Maybe there's less sex in the show. It is still like viscerally gross though. The birth scenes are
Yeah, that was
horrific.
a bit much.
They are
That
horrific,
was too much.
especially this last one
Yeah.
where you it's just like a shot of her face, but you hear like all the squishing and the like the crunching. Yeah, ripping a
Ugh.
baby out of a body, and then they make her walk afterwards. And
Mhm.
like I'm not that squeamish, but this is
Would she be able to walk after that?
I don't know. She did.
It looked terrible.
She did end up bleeding out. They had like a trail of blood after her. It's like this.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not that squeamish, but the birthing stuff was a bit much. Even in the
Yeah.
first episode where the other lady was like trying to give birth, and it's just like, ugh, a whole bed full of blood and just the wailing and the screaming, and we're gonna have to cut her stomach open. Ah, disgusting. Yeah, I'm still gonna watch the show.
And then Alicent,
Oh, fuck that bitch.
they do the
She's the worst.
the time change, the speed up.
Yeah,
They put in the new actresses for them.
which is only 10 years later.
Yeah. It's not
Okay, so they
crazy
do a
amount.
time change. It's only 10 years later. The kids are way older than 10. And they were babies weren't they babies before? The ones
Yeah.
that you did see were little babies. So, like, these kids are older than 10 years old. And then why did we recast just the ladies? Well, I guess they recasted her husband too, Rhaenyra. And it's like, why?
Kinda. Well, they got another guy.
Right. So they got somebody
she
else.
hooked up with someone else.
No, I mean, the guy she's married to. They recast him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's a different actor. Like, what's with but it's just them are recast. Like the Kristen guy is the same.
Yeah.
Everyone else is the same. I don't get the recasting of just these two. And I looked up online the Alicent, her son, the oldest son who she caught jerking off, which was really strange.
That was really weird.
Because I don't know how old the kid's supposed to be. In real life, he's like 26.
Oh.
And Alicent is like 31.
Yeah.
32, the actress. I'm like, what are we? If you're going to recast them as older women, make them older women.
Yeah, like 40s.
Yeah, and then the chick that plays Rhaenyra is 22, and her older version is like 32.
Yeah.
So it's actually a 10-year difference, but it's like you could still, because they played with her age already as being like 14 to 19, whatever. Just keep her the same. Let's age her up. Be like, put her hair up or something so she looks older. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
She has more grays.
yeah, on her white hair.
Her white wig.
Can't you see? Yeah, just a lot of weird choices on the show that I just don't. It just kind of adds to like, what is this? What are we
Yeah.
doing?
What
here?
are we doing?
Yeah. But I like seeing the dragons. That's my favorite part of the
Yeah.
show. Seeing the dragons. I liked seeing that one dragon burn the lady up. That was funny.
Oh my God.
Dracarys!
Dracarys!
And at first you're like, the dragon's just like, meh.
He's like, are you sure?
Yeah, yeah. Just like,
Never asked
Like-
me to do this.
yeah, really? You want me to burn you? Dracarys! All right. Just roast her ass. Yeah. Fire and Blood. Check it out. If anything, it makes a good conversation.
Yeah, because I want to be able to talk about like a show that everyone watch. Like that's what I like about it. That's what it was fun in the past.
Yeah.
Even if it was about something like Friends, which is that the
Yeah.
greatest show ever? Maybe not.
Wait,
Probably
what? You
not.
said it's the greatest show ever?
Is it the greatest show ever? Probably not.
Maybe one of the greatest sitcoms.
Maybe it's a great sitcom, yeah. But it was just about getting together and talk with people, and that's
Yeah.
like that's what I like about podcasts too, because they usually
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard with like online if you see on social media people like, oh, and it's like, well, that's not really talking about it. You
Yeah.
know, we're not discussing it. You're just blasting your opinions or thoughts. And
Yeah.
I do that through memes
Uh-huh.
usually because the memes are fire about this show. Such good memes, especially about that fucking whore Alicent.
Ugh.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's kind of nice to talk to people about the show, even if your opinions are different. It's nice to just figure out if you like it or not, and
Yeah.
what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and that's kind of going away.
I know it sucks. It's like even like something like Star Wars. I get that they're not all that great. I get that they're silly. They're just like for like the 8-year-old and all of us and the 8-year-olds right now.
Yeah.
But like if you haven't seen it, like it's just something off. Like
haven't
you're gonna
seen
miss
it.
out. You're gonna miss out on like everything else is influenced by it. Like
Yeah,
one of those things. It's like you haven't heard about pencils
Yeah, Star
and
Wars.
handwriting.
The Star Wars stuff now is such a big part of the culture that, I mean, I'm one that's missing out. I don't watch it.
But it was before when it came out. Star Wars original in 1971, 79,
79,
No.
79, yeah.
It changed everything. So much so that every movie since then is like, oh, can we do it like that? So that's what I mean. Like it just changed everything that we watch. Like even if you're watching like a rom-com, it's not that like it's gonna have some CGI Wookiee walk by, but like that director or that writer or that actor got into this because they saw Star Wars as a kid and it
Yeah.
changed their whole mindset. So there's just little things because it's like are all the YouTubers all like there's some videos that like I'm like, oh, like that influenced me, like that was a cool video. Like I like that YouTube has all the how-to videos. What would I do? How would I tie my tie without my dad around? You know?
I learned that through YouTube. How to
Yeah.
tie a tie.
So I'm glad there's that, but it's like sometimes it's just too niche, and we gotta like unite again somehow. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Star Wars rom-com, that'd be kind of cool.
A Star Wars rom-com.
Yeah. Because it would be Star Wars, but it would be just comedy. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
like, there's no, like, we're going to blow up the Death Star. There's none of that, like, stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a goofy Star Wars. That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
like so. Hey, you hear the Corellian 6 came in today? No. What do you mean? Yeah, they were carrying a bantha. A bantha. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
the
like-
bantha comes like it's like a 3-camera sitcom.
Yeah,
even.
the humor for Star Wars could be so juicy because it's never been done. There'll be
Yeah.
like little funny clips peppered throughout it,
Yeah.
but it's not like you're not making. It's like Star Wars: The Laugh Track would be really cool
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's like there's so many different cultures in Star Wars, and you can do all kinds of shit to where it's like if you imagine like a Seinfeld dynamic.
Mhm.
Even go back to sitcom, then not even a rom com. Just do a Star Wars sitcom where like someone crashes through a door like Kramer does, but it's
Yeah.
like an alien, and you're like.
Whoa. All
You
the
know,
way with
like-
Taffa.
Yeah.
Ah,
If Sebulba crashes through the door, and it's like instead of being like a dickhead character, he's a funny character.
Yeah.
Who's like, uses his legs to eat things, or it's like, I don't know, like pushes Jerry Seinfeld back. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, that'd be a very good idea.
That'd be
Throwing it
cool.
out there now.
Yeah.
I can't write it because I don't know shit
I'll
about
write
Star
it.
Wars. Yeah, he
But
can write it.
we'll own it.
Yeah.
Someone else can write
I
it.
called it. We called it.
Copyright.
I feel like that'd be a pretty good show. Like you'd have fun with that show.
Because that's essentially what She-Hulk tries to do, but it's not
Yeah, but it
doing
doesn't
that
succeed.
well. Yeah.
She-Hulk could
Star
be so
Wars-
good if it wasn't just old jokes and
Yeah.
old tropes that we've seen in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
the non-Star Wars stuff that make fun of it, like Spaceballs,
yeah,
or even Family Guy when they did that. That was really funny.
it was really funny.
So there's so much
So imagine how funny it
untapped.
could be when it was it was serious though, like it was straight. Like
Yeah.
we're actually in the Star Wars
We're in-
world.
yeah.
We're like, oh, we know that Luke Skywalker did all that shit, but it's like I'm fucking scrubbing bantha poop up
Yeah, I'm
today.
still
you
doing
know?
this.
Yeah,
Still bartending at fucking Mos Eisley.
yeah. Imagine like a Mos Eisley show where it's like Cheers.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
in Mos Eisley.
It's in Mos
It's like
Eisley.
that show would be fucking hilarious.
Friends in Coruscant.
Yeah, Friends in Coruscant. It's like
That'd be
Manhattan, basically.
Yeah,
Coruscant,
yeah.
just shinier.
Yeah. Parks and Rec in Naboo.
Oh my god! Imagine those parts on Naboo. They have
That'd
to
be
do.
good.
They're like the Leslie Knope of Naboo.
Leslie Knope is like the
She's
like
got
Queen
like giant
Amidala.
hairs.
And like the Chris Pratt is like Jar Jar, like a Gungan.
Oh god!
Oh my god. And he marries a human though.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we got 3 to work on.
Yeah. All right, closing out the show today. I pulled some quizzes for us to do. Or actually, since they're in front of me, you're going to do them.
Okay.
These are BuzzFeed quizzes, which I hear are a big thing, but I've never done them before. And there was like 100 quizzes on here. So I pulled up a couple, but this one was stood out to me. It's called, Did You Once Believe These Lies? Or was your childhood completely normal?
Oh my god.
I feel like I would fall into either one. Couldn't go either way. But we're gonna find out where you fall into.
Okay.
Because I feel like, from what I know about you, you had a pretty normal childhood.
Yeah.
Not a lot of traumas going on there.
Pretty good.
Well, I was the opposite. So let's see. I guess I can answer them as well. The results will be yours, but I'll also answer them on my own. So, question number 1. Did you ever believe sitting close to a TV would cause you to go blind?
Huh.
Or was that
I
ever told to
believe
you
it.
as a kid? Like, don't sit too close,
I
man.
mean, I was told that,
Okay.
but I would still watch a lot of TV.
Same.
So I don't think I really followed it.
Same. I would say no.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much my dad saying that. It was like my grandma would say it. The older generation, I think that that was very much when TV first came out with the knobs. They were like, it's gonna fry your eyes. And we now know today that's not true.
We're pretty good.
Yeah, we look at screens all day, every day. Looking at a screen right now.
Look at
God damn
us.
it. Yeah.
Jeez.
So we're good. 70% believed it. 30% did not.
Oh.
So we were in the minority there.
Huh.
Never heard this one. Did you ever believe eating bread crust will make your hair curly?
Never heard that.
So we're going to say no. 93% said no. 7%
yeah.
said yes.
Crazy one.
we talked about this before. Did you ever believe that if you swallowed a seed, a watermelon would grow inside of you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And all because of that Rugrats episode where
Thanks,
it's like
Chucky.
Fantastic Voyage where Chucky eats it.
Fantastic Voyage? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, where they go inside the guy's ear.
Yeah.
It's Chucky eats it, right?
Yeah.
And you have to go inside his stomach, and like someone's in there watering it.
Mhm.
It's like an actual melon. Maybe it's Angelica. Is it
Probably.
Angelica? Somehow
kept
she
it
got in there
growing.
ahead of them. Like, I'm gonna grow it. And they were like, Mimica, stop.
You twerps.
Yeah. But I fully believe that if I ate a seed, watermelon seed, it would grow.
Yeah.
And
I
never grow.
deliberately spit them out.
Okay. Let's hit yes. 66% said yes. 34 said false. Okay. I've never heard this one either. Did you ever believe grasshoppers can spit acid?
No.
Like Reptile from Mortal Kombat.
Why would that happen?
I'm going to say no as well. Had not heard that. 6% said yes. 94% said no. So we're in the majority here. This I did believe. Did you ever believe cracking your joints will lead to arthritis?
I heard that about like cracking your knuckles.
Mhm.
So I'll say yes.
This picture is specifically a woman going like this.
Yeah. He said not to do that, but I think that's okay.
Yeah. It is okay. Everyone would say like it's not good for you. When I was younger, now no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's not good for your joints.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it doesn't matter. It's like air or something that's going on there. So I'm gonna put. You did believe it?
I believed it, so I didn't do it as much.
Same. So I'm gonna also put yes. 84% true, 16% false.
Yeah.
So we're with the majority again. This is dumb. Did you ever believe lying makes your nose grow bigger? And there's a picture of Pinocchio.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Same.
No.
No.
That was
Pinocchio with the leaves on it too.
Yeah, the
so, like,
leaves. I'm not gonna grow leaves
Yeah.
on my nose.
no. 14% of imbeciles said yes. 86% said no.
Oh,
I've heard this. Did you ever believe that if you make faces, it will get stuck?
yeah.
You did believe that?
Well, they told me that, but I would still make the faces.
So no.
So I
you
didn't
believed
believe
it, but
I've
you still
heard
did it?
Yeah, I still did it. So that's no.
Okay. Same. I'd heard that too, and I was like,
I was
that's
like-
not true.
As I made another face.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No.
What was
Okay.
that? What's the idea behind that? Like, oh, if you make this face, you'll get like
The picture is a
cerebral palsy.
kid going like this.
Oh,
So I guess if you did, if you did that, it would get stuck like that.
that'd be amazing if it did.
Yeah. Imagine talking
To have
is
it.
like your
Yeah,
tongue.
you'd have to have a seizure for that.
Yeah. 54% said yes. 46 said no. This one I did believe. I heard it multiple times. Did you ever believe you'll get sick if you're outside with wet hair?
With wet hair.
Yeah.
No.
I would say if I was doing it, I'd say yes, but because I'd heard that all the time. Like even
Yeah.
again, my grandma.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Older women
Heard
like
it before.
I get out of the shower, my hair is wet. Like dry your hair. It's like, well, why? You're gonna get sick. And we now know that's not how getting sick works. So, you said no, but no. 85%, like myself, said yes.
Oh wow.
They did believe it. 15% of, the normal smarter people like yourself said no.
It's just because I never had long hair. I never
Yeah.
figured that out.
My hair was never it was probably longest was like here. So it was still, if it was wet, you still had you had wet hair. I've never heard this. Did you ever believe carrots can give you night vision? I'd never heard that before. No. Sounds insane.
Cool.
51% said yes.
What?
That must be a cultural thing somewhere. I don't know. Maybe down in the South. 49% was no. God, this one sucks. I believed it for a good amount of time. Did you ever believe that Santa Claus is always watching?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of us were brainwashed by that. Yes. Oh, this is lower than I thought. 62% said yes. 38% said no. How old were you when you realized Santa wasn't real?
Well, so the story about me learning he wasn't real was in 5th grade. My teacher, Mr. Barnes, he said, okay, whoever believes in Santa Claus, go outside. And then I was like, I'm not going to go outside. I have to hear this. So I stayed in, and he told the history of Santa Claus.
Oh, like of Saint Nick?
Yeah.
Saint Nicholas?
He told how it's not real. And
yeah. That was part of the curriculum of your 5th grade class?
There's no way. That
Everyone who still believes in Santa Claus and being good, get out.
Look at those idiots out there.
He does that. You see them outside, you see all those fucks outside? They're dumbasses.
Yeah, I didn't.
Here's the real story behind Santa Claus. Holy shit. I didn't learn anything about Santa Claus or I guess Saint Nicholas in school anywhere. I had to learn that outside of school.
How'd you learn it outside?
Well, I learned Santa wasn't real. Probably when I was 7 or 8 or something. When my grandma once came over around Christmas time, and I usually helped her she would come this particular time because she cooked all the food and everything. So she had a car full of stuff that needed to be unloaded. This dumb bitch, she put all that stuff in the trunk next to the gifts.
Yeah.
And so I unloaded unloaded the stuff next to the gifts, and I would see that they're from Santa Claus. And I was like, and I was kind of a mature at that, more mature. Yeah. I wasn't mature, but I was more mature than an average 8-year-old. So I was just kind of oh, all right. I didn't be like, what is this? And I didn't think any kind of way about it. So I remember seeing it, and I was like, oh, all right. Because even though I thought Santa Claus was real, I was never if something suspicions came up, I'd be like, okay, it makes sense that he's not real. And that was the evidence right there that dumb bitch grandmother had the gifts right next to the food.
But that's how it happens too.
Yeah, and then I remember she saw me see them and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And then the next year there were no gifts from Santa. And we never had the conversation or anything.
You never talked about it?
She probably told my dad hey, you saw the gifts, so we're done with that.
Oh no.
And because I wasn't devastated anyway, and my older brother too, I don't remember if I told him or not. But he might have. We weren't Santa kids anyway. We weren't oh yeah, Christmas. It was because we didn't really have a lot of we didn't have a lot of our Christmases weren't of plenty. We did have a couple gifts. So I don't remember how he found out, but it was the next year there were no gifts from Santa.
Wow.
But we didn't have this conversation because I think at that point you don't really have to, you don't have to see your kid down.
Gosh, but that's so dark though. She just doesn't bring any the next year.
Yeah. Well, I think we were very much those kids that we weren't tell us what the truth. We were just well, now they saw, so we're done with that.
Yeah.
Which I'm grateful that we weren't the other kids who probably were really devastated.
Kids staying outside, yeah.
Yeah, fuck those kids. We were the kids, tangent, to where my dad's porn was out. It wasn't hidden. So when we did see it, it wasn't, you know what I mean?
He was a single dad.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was raised by a single dad. So I remember his porn was on the computer. He had the files right there. I'm oh, click. Oh, this lady's getting cummed on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it wasn't. We never brought it up. I would just exit. What is it? I remember seeing it the first time. I'm not okay. My first memory of porn is I was watching a dude get blown, and it was he was laying on a bed. I can still see it. Yeah, I can still see the porn. Oh, other than magazines, because he had magazines, but the magazines were just naked chicks was an actual sex act. So I can still see the video. Holy shit. There's a guy, he was laying on a bed, and the camera was like down by his nuts. So you just see his dick and like his legs like this. You don't see anything part of him. And there's a lady like giving him a blowjob. So like they're 69ing, I guess. But you just see like that part. And then he like comes in her mouth. Like it's like a 20-second clip where he's finishing, right? And I remember seeing that and I was like, what is the white stuff? Like I was old enough to know like what a penis was and like what a lady was, obviously. And I was like, what is the white stuff coming out? I was so intrigued because at that age, I didn't know what cum was, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, what is the white stuff coming out? And I remember like exiting out of it, and it was like one of those like daily, like, what was that? What was the white stuff that came out?
Yeah.
And I didn't bring it up to him or anything. And my dad is very much a dad where like, if you saw it and you have a question, he'll tell you straight out. He doesn't care. He didn't have like the shielding stuff. I don't know if he doesn't believe in that or he just was too lazy to be like, oh, you know, don't worry about it. It's just like, oh, some guy just jizzed in her mouth. And if you want to know what that is, you can ask me that. If you don't want to know, we're good. But yeah, that was my first memory of porn.
Oh God.
It was very out there with us.
Yeah.
3 dudes living together.
Three dudes living together.
Yeah, it wasn't really it.
Sitcom, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the
My
porn's
life,
out.
I could write. If I wrote that sitcom of my life as an 8-year-old seeing some lady get fucking nutted, I don't think that would get bought.
No, it wouldn't. No.
Maybe
It's
on HBO.
terrible.
Maybe on
It's-
HBO.
maybe
Network television. No.
Ugh.
Do you remember your first memory of porn?
Well,
And was it yours or was it your parents or
Some
your
of
dad?
them-
I guess.
no, the only closest we had in our house were like a rated R movie
Oh my god.
that would have something.
There was no jizz in those.
No, so I had no jizz experience seeing any of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was kept from jizz for a while.
Okay.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Because then even anything else, it was like this kid in either 4th or 5th grade, or like walking, I think to like lunch or the computer lab or something, and he just turns to me and goes, "Hey," and he like shows me like something he printed out that day.
Oh. Was it
Just like
of like a naked lady? Or
naked
was it-
lady, like
okay.
all from top to bottom.
like a
And so-
scroll?
There's a scroll, and I was like, "What's wrong?
Yeah.
Is she okay?
What's on her chest?
What is happening?
What's all that hair?
What is going on?"
Wow.
But just that, yeah, I don't even know.
You said it's for the best. I think it is like
It's-
because of how we were raised of just like anything goes. It wasn't a big deal. But if it was like, I don't know if you were like shielded from a lot of stuff. I think you were based on
was
what you
pretty
told
shielded,
me. Like
yeah.
kind of kept away from a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It could have ended differently if you saw what I saw at 8 years old.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
would not. Oh my god,
Yeah.
terrible.
We got to finish this
Think
quiz.
of that.
We get on fucking nutting on here.
Oh.
That's another podcast,
God.
guys. Let's do a porn podcast after this. I have lots of experience in that area.
The
Okay.
69s.
The six, yeah.
Oh.
Oh god, we're not even halfway done with this. Okay, speed through. Did you ever believe you'd get cramps in the pool if you didn't wait 30 minutes after eating?
Yeah.
Same. Yes. Okay. On to the next one. I won't read the percentages. Do you ever believe video games rot your brain?
I've heard it. Didn't I don't think that checks out now.
Nope. As a
I
big
don't-
gamer
I don't
myself,
agree.
absolutely not. You ever believe a lot? This is so stupid. Do you ever believe drinking a lot of milk would make your bones get stronger?
Yeah.
Same. I believed that false lie, and now I'm lactose intolerant. Did you ever believe that if you swallow gum, it will not digest in your stomach?
Yes.
Same. I heard the 7 years thing.
Yeah, I heard it stays in there for a long
Yeah,
time.
I don't think it does, though. Do you ever believe your pet was sent to a farm? That's dark.
Oh no, I don't
No.
think we did that.
No, I was older
We
when
would-
my first dog died when I was in my 20s. so
We would
I-
have said
I
they
know.
went to heaven or something.
Okay. Well, I took him to get euthanized, so I was very much.
God,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course you did.
I had to.
Of
Like,
course you did.
yeah. At that time, it was just me and my brother living together. Our dad wasn't there, and I was like 25. So
Oh,
He moved
you're
out
that
for a
old.
little bit.
You're that old.
Yeah, I
I'm
put-
still thinking of you as an 8-year-old just
no,
seeing jizz. for the
bringing my
first-
dog to the vet. Like it's time.
Here it is.
Yeah. Did you ever believe when you pee in your pool, the water will change color?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say no because it never did when I did. So,
Oh.
did you ever believe you were delivered by a stork as a baby?
No,
No.
I thought that was pretty weird.
Yeah, same. No. Did you ever believe the 5-second rule was completely okay and sanitary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
There's a
okay,
point.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I did, but I'll say yes for you. Did you ever believe you'd get canker sores if you walk around barefoot?
No.
Never heard that. No. This is the last one. Did you ever believe that touching a toad would give you warts?
Yeah.
I did too. I don't know why, where that came from, but I also believed it. Where are the results? This is a bunch of ads. There's no results. There's no results. It's just ads.
What the hell?
I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. This is a good place to stop since we didn't get an answer to the question. Thank you for showing up for another episode. We'll see you guys again next time. You can find me on Instagram at Uncle2_Marcus, and then check out the YouTube. We are posting a lot of shorts on the YouTube, and they're getting the hits. So thank you for watching. Clint, where can they find you?
Instagram at the _Clint_show. And yeah, just let us know what's up.
Yeah.
Listen, share it if you like it.
Right. The email's attached to the YouTube. If you watch it there, it's at the 30s podcast at gmail.com. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys again next week.
Bye, y'all.